don't want nobody ask me because I don't know and nobody's on the live. All right then. That was an experience. That was something. Truly. Yes. So let's see if we can continue. If anybody will join us. Let's see if we can pick it up from where we were. So, we're really not broken. Welcome back, everybody. Is there anybody? Sorry. So, welcome. I don't know what happened. I don't want anybody ask me what because I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know about what go on. These things happen and I just don't know. I don't know. But if it break again, that's it for the night. We're not going to do it because I can't be bothered. But that's how life is. So, as we were saying, yes, I apologize for that break. I don't know what caused it. I know it. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Now, Uno, put up those blue hats for the police, please. Put out all of that blue hats. We're not going to do it again, so just do it again. Put out all that blue hat in support of our police. And I was just picking up from where we were before, just to say that if Jamaicans for Justice is a real organization that is seeking to establish some level of understanding between the Jamaican people and the police and want human rights and want justice, then the question I'm asking is this your solution? Is your solution to do $1 million budget, give it to the people who financing you, that this is it? You go in a road and you go ball out your throat hole and you go say, we want justice, we want justice, we want justice, and that's your solution? So I'm asking you again, for those of you who were on before and those of you who just joining us, is there an organization or an effort in your community in regard to the Jamaican for Justice people and the police and the community? Is there some kind of collaboration for when certain things happen and they feel like it is an injustice, them come into the community and them come and them bring a bag of grocery and them bring something and them have conversations and them organize counseling session for the young children who might be affected? Anybody on this live can tell me if anything like that in your community? Anybody? Anybody? Nobody? Nobody? Good night, darling. Nobody? There's not like that in your community where there is a Jamaican for Justice collaboration between the police and the community, so that when police find a criminal and him decides him take a chat from the police, him a reach for him thing and the police dust him out and then he'll start making nice. Is there any kind of collaboration for that? For the millions and millions of dollars that Jamaican for Justice get to keep an office with a telephone or several telephones. And that's it. And they come in the middle of Arbitrary Square and shouting about justice and human rights. As if you believe that justice and human rights has only to do with the fact that police identify a criminal, him decide him not carrying the gun, him decide him not let go him gun because him a bad man and him a Dan. So he decides him to take on the police and the police decided to take him out. Is there any kind of collaboration between Jamaican for Justice and the police when these things happen? Or is it that your only solution is to get your 5 minutes of fame in this election year? Because that's what everybody heading for, to have them name, mark, present that they did something in this election year to either influence the elections or something else. Is it about human rights or is it about politics? What exactly is Jamaican for Justice? What exactly is your game? I don't know. But I think effectively that what you did today, Jamaicans for Justice, and I know one or two people were telling them, Pastor Antonio, what you did today in Arbitrary is basically to say to all the criminal elements in this country, not the innocent. There are 1 and 2 people that get caught up in innocent activities or call themselves innocent in some activity. It could be that them just hang out with a man, or it could be that them just go on the scene, or it could be that they were really involved in but them and the man deal. It could be anything. I have seen that. And him get there. And you came into Tree Square today and you said to the those with the guns and the criminal network, and you say to them, see some way out with their phone. A couple of us see because it's just a couple of us with their phone. Go and do the thing. Go shoot police, go kill innocent people. Me not a problem with the robbing. It's the killing me a problem with. Me not a problem with no scamming. Because organizations like Jamaicans for Justice get their support also from Tapanari's people in this country who consistently complain about criminals but continue to also support some criminals like Jamaicans for Justice. And you tell the criminals them today, when them sit down on them phone and them soon out of a tree and them make some TikTok of it and them send it out to them one another. So then we have some people who are back up here. So every time them do something, them can just take up the phone and call Jamaicans for Justice. While Jamaicans for Justice is not available to the ordinary citizen who really need some help. Out there today, I tell the criminals in this country, say, "Don't just chill, man, we got this." That's it. Don't just chill, we got this. We are going to get up our money from the Canadians and from the Netherlands and from the United Nations and from Britain and from everybody. We got this. We don't need to, we don't just go and do, and then we'll come out here and make nice. But we don't soon making no nice for our policemen and women. We make sacrifices every day to keep us safe. There are elements within our police force that are not good. There are elements within our police force, just like how there are elements within our families and our communities who are evil and don't follow the rules. There are, we're not stupid. There are policemen who just look for a man and kill him. But that is a very, very, very small minority. And all the while we go there and make it look like Jamaica is the worst place in the world. And when it comes to justice and human rights, Jamaica is the worst place in the world. That's what I make it look like. When they look at 10 people out there, when they couldn't even garner 200 people to come out there, phone up, and when the people who give one of the money see this, and when I point it out to them, when I shall, not now, but again, all the information. When you think it done, that's when you're going to hear from me about it. You, Jamaicans for Justice. So I want to say hello to all our policemen and women tonight. Hail them up. Big thank you to all ladies and gentlemen for protecting our citizens, our law-abiding citizens, and for doing your duties and responsibility as demanded of you by your oath of office. And as we go about that duty and that responsibility, we pray for you, and we hope that you stay safe, and we pray that the good Lord will guide you and help you, that when temptations come, you will say, "Nah, I am defending the citizens of this country. I'm not going to do just that." So, to all our policemen and women, big up on yourself and bless you all. I want to also send out some shout-outs. Can move on now. First of all, I send out the shout-outs. I'm sorry about the break in the transmission. As I say, I don't know what happened. I am not interested to know what happened because I wouldn't be able to explain to you anyway if I knew what happened. It just shut down. And if it shut down again, and I'm coming back. So, let's see if we can go through something before it does. Let me thank you, all 25,000 of you. My God. 25,000 subscribers. 25,000 subscribers. Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for making this channel such a success. Big up on your damn self. Take a drink. I drink some honey. When I have anything, drink something. I drink the honey, I want to drink something else. Alright. I want to also say hello to Mr. and Mrs. Taylor. Hi, Miss Taylor. Mr. Taylor, how you doing? Mr. and Mrs. Taylor are... We'll go to the same hairdresser. Mr. Taylor is one of those men that very rarely, I don't know if them man exist in Jamaica anymore. Mr. Taylor is such a lovely man, you know. Big up yourself, Mr. and Mrs. T. I want to big up Mr. Burrell. I met Mr. Burrell at True Value. And him here, the manager of True Value, said, "Hi, Miss Cross, long time we don't see you." And Mr. Burrell stepped up to me and whispered in my ears and said something. "Hello, Mr. Burrell. Glad to have met you. Thank you very much for the encouragement. I did tell Liz and Natalie and Michelle that you said hello. So, thank you, sir." And Mr. Courtney Lang, who I met down by the supermarket. Also, sir, thank you for your support and your bigging up of the team. And I'm so glad that there are so many Jamaicans that believe that we're doing a splendid job. So there you are. And, we thank you for that. We thank you very, very much for that. I want to big up the people who also support the Resistance Tour. And I should tell you that we're heading out soon. And pretty soon we're heading out, sooner than you think. And we will come back and tell you where we went and what we found. I will only tell you the truth about this, all of that. Alright, so that is that for that. Now, I have given an elaborate analysis or even throw in one and two remarks about anything to do with Danishka Williams and the care matter. I want to say a few things about the Southwest St. Ann matter, but I am not going into that whole care thing and police thing. Reason being, I don't know. I simply do not know. As I said, for the entire weekend, I tried to catch up on my programs, on my books. I tell you, I'm reading my father, Son Johnson again. So I'm trying to catch up on those things. I engross myself, I separate myself. I don't know. I just don't know. I don't take much calls, and I don't talk about the matter. But let me tell you something about Danishka Williams. Is a young woman who has no experience in what she has been thrust into. No experience at all. She has been thrust into a national profile thing that she was not prepared for. And when I say experience, I don't mean experience years or age. I mean experience in understanding, in depth, in the whole political culture of representation. Her entire political life, and what we spoke about already, but I feel I need to break this down a little bit for some people. Her entire political life has been that of a pseudo kind of activist in East Kingston and Port Royal. As far as I know, she did nothing much. Wasn't an influence out there. She wasn't in charge of anything. She probably was on the conference executive, probably was on the divisional executive. I do not know. She probably Paulwell or the executive probably gave her some kind of responsibility. I don't know anything about that. I am guessing about that. But I do not believe, in all honesty, since I spent so much time out of East Kingston and have so much connections in East Kingston that she actually do any political work. So, but that aside, but we just need to get that out of the way and put that one side. What the Rise United leadership did, and this is a part about when you have a political party with leaders that are not politicians, because the people that took over the People's National Party, the men, the capitalist hustlers that took over the People's National Party, those are not politicians. Those are businessmen or pseudo businessmen, since some businesses failing. They are businessmen, they are capitalist hustlers, they are capitalists, plain and simple. They measure people's worth in, liabilities to be managed or assets to be acquired, or just people that has no value and to be used. And that is how they measure everybody, because they are capitalist businessmen who don't care and don't know anything about politics. Now, after they took over the PNP, they decided that they're going to divide it further. And they did some things. And for some strange, undiscernible reason, they believed that they could continue to govern and build and then win an election with a divided party. They believe that. With all their hearts, they do believe that. And one of the things that showed them up as an inexperienced capitalist hustlers that they are their decisions. Their decision-making lack of proper political decision-making skills. Why? Because of that, they have a candidate quality problem. Pardon me. They have a pardon me, organizational problem. They have problems of understanding the political nature of the Jamaican people. They have all kind of problems because they are not politicians. And because they are not politicians, some bright idea came to them, and I have no idea, and I have no doubt in my mind that the idea came to them was planted in their heads by Danishka's father, Danai Williams. And they thought for some strange reason that they can take this inexperienced young woman and give her a seat to run for MP. And their inexperience did not tell them that they should look deep into this decision, analyze it at length, for just one reason only. That one reason would be, yes, she's young, she's pretty, she is enthusiastic, she is motivated, but it's Danai Williams' daughter. That alone should have given them pause to say, this gentlemen, ladies, make us look at this very carefully, Danishka is Danai's daughter, Danai is Danai, and Danai is Danai, and Danishka is Danai's daughter, and Danai is Danishka's father, and Danai is Danai. Not a thought went into that. Nothing. So as a result of not being politicians, and no thought went into that, they were not able to foresee anything because they never thought about it, because they're not politicians. Winston Churchill was the one who said it. Politicians, these are not his exact words, but what he said was, politicians must be able to tell the future. Politicians must be weathermen and economists. particular weathermen, fortune teller, tarot card readers. Politicians must be able to do that. Politicians must be able to tell you what's going to happen next. And when it doesn't happen, they must be able to explain it. Why it never happened. Politicians, businessmen think only in dollars and cents. Profit and loss. Assets and liability. It don't go beyond that. So these men are not politicians. And they never thought it through. And they made a decision that they just couldn't a basic thing to say, all right, if we're Garrett, does anybody in this group have the credibility or the understanding to go sit down with my brethren Danai and say to him, well, Gidanish can see but under one condition, you can't be involved. Did anybody have that inside? Could anybody do that? I know Peter Phillips could. And if they will ask KD could. Or AJ Nicholson and all them, you ask all them people there, so we don't want to have a talk with them. I want to get this guy's seat, but why? Because it's Danai Williams. It's Danai. But brethren, now everything that I'm saying tonight, I've said some of it to him, also some of it to him, I'll say some of it to him. Having made a political decision based on them capitalistic businessmen thinking, not based on politics. They made that political decision without considering all the things involved in making that decision. It is astounding to me. Very much so. I'm telling you, it is. A gentleman in the community gave me some money the other day. And he said to me, say, Queen, and called me Queen because I'm royalty. I want to pay for some ice cream for some kids. And he gave me some money. Now when me get the money now, me can announce to them that the man they pay for some ice cream food so must come. You mad? The money can't pay for ice cream for everybody. So I have to analyze it and think about it. Me I look for those who may see the longest of while come buy ice cream. Me I look for those who in the monthly thing. That's how me I think about it. Me I look for the kids who not into the monthly ice cream thing. Can me give a set of them ice cream every month. And them go and let them a jiddle. Them a scabbers. Them kids are a scab. I'm not calling kids them scabbers. But them a jiddle. Them come at the end of the month. And then next week them come at the beginning of the month. Until me explain how this monthly thing won't go for them. Because them never understand it. But anyway, I'm thinking to myself. And I was giving you this example that I have to figure out how we're going to do this money thing for the ice cream. It was over the holidays. So it was Sunday and it was Monday. So I'm going to do popcorn and I'm giving away the popcorn to the kids. The adults have to buy it. And I'm going to give them the ice cream. It was a serious thing to think about. Because the money done long time up to yesterday. People are get ice cream. It's a calculation. I'm just saying you have to think about what could possibly happen in the decision I make with the little money. I'm not a businesswoman. I don't consider myself a businesswoman. I'm just running a little ice cream shop and doing some other little things. And see if it can pay the bills and pay for itself. So they never thought about it. Never crossed their mind about exactly who they're dealing with and the decisions that they are about to make regarding that. And so, they plunged in and they named Danishka candidate for the Yeah, yeah. Yeah, okay. And they made Danishka the candidate. Not a quarrel with Danishka. She's a young woman. But Danishka, she'll be alright. Some point or the other. Having made that decision, give her the seat, they then proceeded, all non-political people that they are, without any political sense, they will have a big presentation. And boy, did they present. Up to that point, them still never get it as to what exactly them dealing with and who them dealing with. They never consider it at all. It was not a consideration at all. So they went down there and they had a big presentation. And the first mistake was naming her without thinking it through. The second mistake now is not an organization around her. It's not people around her to guide and to put the thing into place and to make it professional and to make it political and to make it clean. No. It gone bad already from the first decision. And nobody thought to break it before the presentation, to put it in. I'm sure people like Paul could not interfere at all. Because everybody depend on their own hype. Everybody, Danishka get the seat and she feel like she big everybody is. Her father, well you know is her father. And all the other people then. So they went and they had the presentation. And at the presentation, every Dan was called up. Dan Juan, Dan Nuts, Dan Johnson, Dan Camigo, Dan Zambino, Dan Gambino, Dan Carleone, Dan Briogi, Dan Brianca, Dan like dirt. Every Dan was there, including Dan King. And that was mistake number 2. And it went on and on and on. And then, lo and behold, everybody out in the country, certainly on social media, and within some sections of the People's National Party, talking about Danishka Walkman with gunman, Danishka Walkman with badman, Ray and Tay, Danishka this, Danishka that. Party that appointed and gave her the seat are not politicians. And they never thought about the fact that they're not naming her, they're naming her father. They never thought about that. And there was nobody with credibility and the strength of character. If they would ask me, could I do it? Anybody ask him, could I do it? Could I tell him to sit him ass down and cut it out? Me, could I tell him that? But nobody did. And nobody ever pointed out to them. So now, the young woman has found herself into a where Adam Sandler said, open up a can of whoop ass. And everything is being now tumbled down on her. These men who are not politicians have to take full responsibility for this. This they have to take full responsibility for. And Danishka will fall into the barrel of young people who are thrust into political leadership that they were not prepared for. And all of them failed. Every single one of them failed. Damian Crawford? Oh, Jesus, man. Somebody thought of a bright idea for give him head of the YO because him chat so much. And after him get head of the YO, continue to chat so much, and somebody thought of a great idea to give him a seat. And he won it and Portia's tail. And then somebody thought that Portia should make him a junior minister. And somebody thought that that's a good idea. I don't even know if I'm going to see to him now. The whole of them fail. Raymond Price. Somebody thought that he should get Roger Clark and Sidney Pagan seat. If that up to Basil Waite, oh Jesus, him have so many proclivities that to say that he failed is an understatement. He failed over and over and over and over and over again because some people thrust them and say, oh, we need young people. Young people, we need this. What a good thing some old people did about when them a fail. What would have happened to the party there? Both political parties, well, the PNP in particular. What would have happened if some old people never there to catch it? When them fail, the whole of them fail, fall flat on them faces because of our godfathers and godmothers. I pump them up and say, yeah, young people time. Colonel Spencer is also one of them. They failed. They failed because in their cases, the political leadership was high on bright young people. And they couldn't separate bright from qualifications. They still can't separate qualifications from bright. Because them got qualification, be bright. That's a different thing that. And then thrust them into the spotlight, into the media, into the country, and voice them and people. And they failed. And that is a group now that Danishka has found herself in. The only reason why I bring it up is this. This is the only reason why I bring it up. As a result of those decisions, one thing now is going to come out of all of that. And it is already playing out. And that is the JLP is going to use that to create a narrative going into the elections. And rightly so. It's politics. So, whatever notoriety that Danishka's father has, they're not trouble with Danishka. They're not busy with Danishka. Him a run. It's him a run. So them can form any narrative that encompasses some level of violence and badmanism, whether it's real or imaginary. Them can formulate it and set it out there and use it. And I'm not worried about whether it's being used against the political party itself. I am worried about innocent people being caught up into it. And I'm worried about that crossing over from Southwest into other places. Who don't worry about that? Did you all think about that when I made that decision? None of that never crossed the mind for the one simple reason it never had. It never had. Boy, Dana, you know, yeah man, Danishka, Dana daughter, Dana, Danishka father. Just keep it there, sir. Right there, sir. And you couldn't. None of you couldn't at all come to that conclusion. And this is where it's at now. This is where it's at now. And this young lady, who could possibly sometime in the future be a representative, is going to be damaged by this. By this is over. Who is already somewhat damaged, but by the end of it all, damage is going to be an understatement to what she will be feeling. And only they're pretending, talking to themselves, drinking on their own Kool-Aid, getting high on the Kool-Aid. Pass me some ice there. It'll water down. Getting high, drinking on their own Kool-Aid, getting high, talking to themselves, getting high, having sex with themselves, getting high, coming by themselves. God forgive me. On high there, all clustered in our self. How do not talk to nobody out here? Nobody now hear that one and say, what I'm calling it, what the technical word right, echo chamber. I don't particularly like that. I don't know why I don't like it. Echo chamber. I like yourself when India talk to themselves. And reason within themselves. Touching the one another. What do you think about that? Within the one another. They could think of voters who got talk to. But it's really themselves. Talking to. Can't talk to somebody. Because everybody see it already. People see it already. I don't know where we want to see it. Truth is hard. It is hard. And sometimes truth can be destructive. But lies, far more dangerous and more destructive than truth. In the long run, that is. So I better only hear it now. That this is the kind of whoop-ass that's going to just open. And we don't know how the people of Southwest St. Anne feel about all of this. I don't think we're going to know. I don't know, but I intend to find out how the people of Southwest St. Anne feel all about this. I don't care about no car or nothing. That don't matter with me. This. That is the issue. How some capitalist hustlers who can't even run their own business made a decision that have had such far-reaching impact on a seat that them, based on all the numbers, possibly can't win. But as I said, I'm not one of those who say nobody can't win nothing. Past that stage in my political life, I've seen it all. I am not into him can win and she must win. That kind of politics don't exist anymore. It's dynamic and it's fluid. One day, this is up and the next day the whole damn thing dash way. The voters are sophisticated and them fickle and them emotional and them intelligent and them everything in one. It's a whole different ball game of politics that's played out. Every time we go on the road, it baffles me. It baffles me. It stuns me, really. And it gives me pause. Is this the same group of people that I've been dealing with for so many years now saying this to me? Oh, yes. Mr. Miller said to me, when did Jamaican people get so ambitious? When did Jamaican people get so ambitious? They got ambitious because they're not only watching Netflix, they got ambitious because they're watching also Home and Garden, and them watching DIY, and them watching other things, and them watching, some people watching golf. I was surprised the other day. That man no one shop tell me say watch the golf time of the golf channel, so him just watch it, and him try and him get to understand it. Look at that! A cricket and football, and I watch golf. So that's how they got sophisticated and want more and want better. So it's a fluid thing that we're looking at. It's not no straight on same game. It is not how it is with that. The Canadians, Mr. Trudeau party, won re-election, and I said it to Mr. Miller again today. Had Justin Trudeau not left, they would have lost. They were heading to that. Justin, smarter. And it's the same thing happened in Mexico. Was it last year? Early last year, yeah? The same thing happened. The leader of the party, him step away and give it to the woman and she go win. That's how the party survived and won the election. The same thing with Trudeau. With Macron, it was a little different. They never really want him to go. But Macron took a gamble. He knew that all the other small political parties who are left of his party was going to pick up seats. And thank God they did. And they formed a coalition and gave back presidency. The politics is fluid and the very simplest of things can turn it upside down. And so, that is basically my 2 cents worth on the Southwest St. Anne thing. Now, we're still doing good. That's great. Now, the IC, Justice Beswick, she has my letter. I'm positive about it. Can't say nothing else, but I know she has the letter. I would imagine that if she and Mr. Bartlett and Mrs. Kamina Johnson Smith have reached let me put it another way. I would imagine that if she decided to take up what Mr. Bartlett asked her to, and she have an obligation to. Now watching Justice Beswick, I want you to be successful in this, but I have to watch you because I don't know if you're doing all the things that you're supposed to do. But if she is, I would not hear nothing about it, then that's the way it should be. That's the way it should be. But I don't know. That's a problem now. It used to be that's the way it should be. But because of Greg Christie and Justice Panton, we can't take that to be that she has read my letter and she get the cogent information that she was asking and looking for, and she has now revisited the idea, the request from Minister Bartlett and Senator Johnson Smith, and maybe she's looking into it. But we can't take that to be that she has. We need to know if she is looking into it and checking for Ronnie Florence. Where did he come from? Did he come from the DPP office, or was he working there before? And them, because this IC has such enormous powers that Mark Golding gave them. Enormous powers. And when you have a body that has so much unchecked powers, that's where the devil lives. The devil not busy with the politician and we are thief of 1,500,000. The devil not there, sir. The devil there is part, some holy people there, but don't know nothing about what they might do, because they have them own. Thought of me and them doing all kind of crap in there, you don't know what they might do. They might hire everybody, they might pay everybody from our money and other money, and they have unchecked powers and nothing in there to check them. Power, absolute power. And this is the corruption there, because this is the devil live. Where the power is, unchecked. Nobody can chat to nobody. We are few men, and Justice Beswick now join them, have total, absolute power over whether some people go to jail or not. Now that Jamaicans for Justice need to take up and find out why Mark Golding sat down and wrote a law that give unchecked power to a group of corrupt people, because they're corrupted them. And I'm still not including you in that, Justice Beswick. I'm talking about Greg Christie and Kevin Stevenson, and not to mention Mr. Beresford, because I particularly come for him tonight. But I'm not sure that Justice Beswick have given Minister Bartlett and Senator Kamina, Senator Johnson Smith, any kind of indication to say that I am now in possession of cogent information. And so I'm looking into it. Now, if she has, Minister Bartlett has a responsibility not to tell nobody. Or does he? Mr. Bartlett must remember that people like Mark Wignall and my good brethren, Gordon Robinson, believe that his letter to the IC is political interference. But I've reminded Mark Wignall, and I'm not beating up Gordon Robinson, because sometimes it makes sense, you just miss it on this one. But a fool like Mark Wignall, who is basically a political patsy, who him is like Matalan, Boots Stewart, who are them use him. He can be bought. He has been bought and sold several times. He's a whore, and him done whore out, and there's nothing left to buy. So nobody appear him no mind. So every now and then him raise him head after we can't tell a whore when a whore done. Him done. There's nothing left in him to whore out. I'm talking about political interference, and I want to remind them again. political interference suggests that our politicians are asking questions that they should not ask. That's what it suggests. But I want to remind you that the politicians are the members of parliament and the lawmakers. And them, the politicians, and them make up that, Yes, and them. What do you think is, I don't think is 84 different people? No. And see them politicians, them, where we elect, all of them, we're criminal and thief. And we send them in there to be our Robin Hood and them messing up, and that's why the ICA takes it upon them. Them same one. So if Justice Beswick give Mr. Minister Bartlett any indication that she is looking into his request, we need to know. Not a nice motive, but we need to know. And if we don't hear from Minister Bartlett, we are going to assume. And I love to assume when I'm not getting information. When I'm not getting the information I want, or the information I need, I'm going to assume and start making assumptions. I'm going to assume that Justice Beswick still believes that she has some power to refuse a request by the leader of government business in King Charles III Parliament. And Justice Beswick, I told you last week, and I want to repeat it to you this week, I will not be ignored. And I want you to take me serious on that. Not a threat. I'm just telling you. I don't like to be ignored. I mean, people ignore me all the time and it bother me, but this, nah. Now I'm going to take this. Ignore. Because my mother, I don't need to do nothing again for the rest of my life because my mother did it all already. I could not sit back and live off that legacy. All that I do for my community and did from I was about 11. Never had to, because my mother did already do all of it. All of it. And she was clear that as citizens, we have a responsibility and a duty to our neighbors and our fellow citizens. And we must always demand that those who lead us or are in charge of us stand taller than us. But we must remind them that we are equal in every way. We are equal. No, Justice Beswick, you're not more than me. We're equal, but you stand taller than me. That my mother said. Some things that she used to say, just have come to understand it. Bless you, Mama. Bless you. So I'm saying that Mr. Bartlett needs to get an answer from Justice Beswick if she's looking into it. Because if we give Roneve Lawrence any kind of filing and instructions to go open up back cases that the previous owner of that position closed because she feels there's not enough evidence to carry to court and she'd lose, and if we send him out here to come try any funny thing, well, if we don't do it, I'm sure we don't fully understand that I don't have to say anything else about that. And Mr. Roneve Lawrence and his association with all of the other people there. Mr. Beresford is the one responsible for collecting the declarations from over 160 plus thousand people in this country, according to how Mark Golding set up the law. The people that earn over 3.5 million, all of them have to submit a declaration. Not only members of parliament and senators, but mayors, and councillors, and head of bodies that accept them in the IC. Them now, the body accepted to clear nothing. We don't know what them have, we don't know what money them have, what business them in, because them don't have to clear nothing. Corruption at the highest level. We can't call our politicians them corrupt. We don't do it because we don't call our politicians them corrupt, we don't call we corrupt. Well, we can't live with that. But we can't call nobody corrupt. We don't see Funo salary. We don't see the tax returns. We don't see the declaration from Uno because Mark Golding make it that so Uno could have to declare crap. But who fight and quarrel people to declare things. And I talk about people bank book and I call up people mother and father name. And Uno nobody know who the mother and father name. Uno a creator to that listen. It's a war Uno start, you know. Justice Benson. It's a war Uno start. And when I say that, I don't mean that nobody ever fire no shot. No, we're not doing that. Not at all. None of that. We're not there for no violent war. Not no bodily violent. Violence can be reinterpreted, but not bodily violent. No shooting, no big stone, probably a little stone, but no shooting, probably even a little piece of stick, but no shooting, no machine, no knife, no lick down nobody. Nah, none of that. None of that. But it's a war in sight. Nobody don't know about food declarations. You don't have to declare Mark Golding. Make sure so that God have mercy, man. It is crystal clear to the Jamaican people that this Integrity Commission was set up by Mark Golding to be his little puppet. To be the puppet of him and his friend them. Because I don't know. What did they see that well, I know Michelle told me that when the bill came to Parliament, the Jamaican Labour Party didn't want to support it. And it was the private sector who believe that they're in charge of some whole things. And them tell them so they must support it and sign on to it. And the politicians, as usual, afraid of them shadow. So the private sector tell them some things and the word is capitulate or whatever the word is, and decide they're going to support it. Like them are idiot. Supporting a bill that puts some people in charge of perusing your money. Every dollar, your bank book, and you pick them bank book, and your wife bank book, and your mother and your father bank book. And that part that hurt me, you know. The mother and father thing, you know. That part that hurt me. That part that burned me. If me not dislike you, if you not this other part there. And you can peruse through all of that. And say all kind of things about all of that. And put all of that out in the public. And we don't know crap about Uno. We don't know how much money we get. We don't have met the declarations, and Mrs. Pamela Monroe Ellis, who is our esteemed Auditor General. Sit down in there, we don't know. So she can't even ask for nothing. Mark Golding made sure that she is in there as a commissioner, so she can't ask for nothing. But you know what, ask everybody, I can't things out here. And Mr. Beresford collected 165,000 plus. Can somebody tell me, make sure that I have this number right? 165,000 plus Jamaicans, including the 84 parliamentarians, submitted to Mr. Beresford their declarations. That maybe is about 2 years, maybe 3 years worth of declarations. And of that 165,000 plus, Mr. Beresford have only gone through a little over 2,000. I suspect, included in that 2,000, are the politicians. Because the focus of the IC is not the 165,000 plus declarations that they have received and should go through and make sure everybody up to scratch. Their focus is our politicians. They're the business with the other people there. And Mr. Beresford sitting on 165,000 plus declarations, none of which he has looked at yet. Just a little over 2,000, including the 84 politicians. Well, I'm not saying including 84 politicians. Probably is the 84 politicians, probably some mayors and councillors into that too. So therefore, the other people in the 165,000, their declarations have not even seen him hand them pass through that yet, because he's concentrating on our politicians. When I talk about corruption, corrupt. Does anybody have any doubt that this Integrity Commission is corrupt? Any doubt at all? Any doubt? If Beresford sit down on 165,000 plus declarations and can't seem to get through them because them laser focus to bring down our politicians, them laser focus to create a scenario where them can go elect Mark Golding. That's what them laser focus on. That. They could get there. And so them last Machiavellian move, which we are confident is Bunting directing Greg Christie. It's Peter Bunting directing Greg Christie. Mark Golding set it up. Why do you know what go on another place? The big plan. Justice Panton left. And Greg Christie and Peter Bunting came up with a Machiavellian one. Could put in Ranif. Could put in Ranif, man. Come Ranif. Go take a seat there. Give him a couple of days or weeks and then bam! When Mrs. Kamika, Prince Kamika said that she got the file, got the recommendation from the investigator, and when she went through it, not only there was not sufficient evidence to back up what he's saying, there was no damn evidence, everything was conjecture and suppositions. And what they wanted to be. For those of you who don't read the report is, this is what we want and this is what we think. But we don't have the evidence to back it up. But we think, say, I eat that. Yeah. It's a whole this name in our parents' bank book. Nothing wrong with it, but we think, say, so we can put out in parents' name in the report. This is that. This is not exactly so, but this is what we think. And so, Mrs. Prince Kamika said, it's not dead. We're going to embarrass ourselves. If we carry this to court, we're going to embarrass ourselves. But Mrs. Prince Kamika did not understand what it was. I think now she understands. Or maybe she did before, I don't know. So Greg Christie get bad and build up in bulldog face and run him, Mrs. Prince Kamika. Because the man they can't stand strong women, you know. Them the man the balls shrivel up when them say strong women. Yeah man. Like a short and curly get dead when them say strong women, like, you know. So she not get a court. This is not a court. So there's no get Ranif to come do it. Their intention was to get Ranif to come take up back all what Mrs. Prince Kamika say can't go and come put it out here. Them know it can't go court. Them know they couldn't win a case in court with the flimsy report that has absolutely zero evidence to back up what them saying. They know. But that wasn't the reason why they want it out. They want it out so that the public can be saying, yeah, see that. Cliff Hughes come on and the news media come on and say, the acting director of public prosecution of the the IC, have recommended that Prime Minister Holness be charged. That's all it would take. Nothing else. No court going, no lawyer filing, no press conferences, no statements. Not a thing could change that. Nothing. I eat that, the narrative. Everywhere they offer tree, every taxi stand throughout the country. Jano, you said about charge the Prime Minister. The man them said about charge the Prime Minister. Because that's all they want to go to the public. Just make us put it out. We know we can't win. We know we don't have the evidence to back it up. But we need to put it out. Because once you put it out, people are going to latch onto it. We are recommending the Director of Prosecution and the Integrity Commission have filed charges against Prime Minister Andrew Holness. That's all. That will do the trick. That's all political Machiavellian move. All Bunting, man. Can't miss it. Then the move there. All of it is Peter Murcott. I'm telling Murcott, you need to quit now. So you look. You can't look better now, but you still look wishy-washy, man. What up to you? You don't get nothing. No threesome, no foursome, no fivesome, nothing about you. Talk to me. Give me a call, man. Give me a call, Murcott. Can you look like nothing I go off you? Look like nothing I go off you. Give me a call, man. I'm sort out and arrange something for you, man. Nothing I go off you? You afraid? After the Portland thing, you afraid? No foursome, no fivesome, no nothing. Talk to me, Murcott. You know you can talk to me, right? Just link me up, man. I'll hook you up. Easy. Now go put it out. That's all that they want to do, is just to put it out. Send that out into the universe. Take it out there for a spin. And then, voila! Election come. We got him. We'll catch him now. Oh yeah. Run him. If I were you, I would stay inside. If I were you, I'd stay inside. Justice Beswick, Ron Heath, Mr. Beresford. Well, I'm going to argue with you, Christy, because you're going next month. We're going to have a social media party on the date that Mr. Christie contract is expired. We're going to have a social media party. But just come with them beer. Whatever you drink, just come with it. We'll just play some music and dance. To get rid of that ugly fuck. Ugly fool. My apologies. Just to get rid of that ugly fool. Yeah. We have a party and celebrate. Because God is not dead. He's alive and well. And Jesus rose the other day. And when poor Martha went to the sepulchre, and she never knew it was the Lord, but him said to her, who are you looking for? And she said, Jesus. And him said, he's not here. Jesus is alive. Sitting at the right hand of God. After the crucifying. So, Mr. Beresford, you can't say me never call your name tonight, you know, so when, whatever, you can't say me never call your name. We're Antonio, man. When there's a corrupt set of people in the Integrity Commission. Corrupt, dirty, all the way up to corrupt hell. Corrupt. And that's exactly how Mark Golding set it up. And Peter Bunting now handling, you know. I'm on an angler. So, we are Antonio. And that's it. Anybody have anything to say? The questions? Everybody look like them guys asleep. Oh yes, set up the blue for the police. Set up the blues. Any questions before I signed off? Once again, I apologize for the break in the first one. I don't know what happened with that, but I figure somebody else with to get done. It was hello, Mr. Mr. Burleson. Good night to you, to Michelle and Natalie, and Princess Manuel. Any questions for me? None? 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 No question? Great. So, without any further notice and ado, I might like to just bid you all good night. Thank you all for joining me. Thank you again for the 25,000 subscribers. Thank you. God bless you all. Stay safe, everybody, and please do keep the children safe. Good night.